This film is a sequel Tox aerial Tibet game. Still one person, one motorcycle exploring Tibet, hiking and climbing to seek ultimate scenery. All video shooting, production, narration, and music are done by myself. This time, I connected the aerial spots through 2 routes. The southern route shoots glaciers and snow mountains, while the northern route shoots lakes. The southern route flies west along the Himalayas, while the northern route heads east.
Please fasten your seatbelts. The plane is about to take off.
First, we arrive at the summit of Narmakabarala, 7,782 meters above sea level. At the foot of the mountain is the Yarlung Tursenko River. Namkacha is the eastern end of the Himalaya. The Himalayas stretch westward for thousands of kilometers, ending at Nanga Parbat in Pakistan. To the north of Namakabarwa is Galapiri, with the Yarlum Tuzenkobo River passing between them. As of 2020, Galapiri has only been climbed once in 1986 by a Japanese team. In 1992, the China-Japan joint team first climbed Namakabarwa. The southern peak region is humid and rainy all year, making the main peak rarely visible. More clear days occur in winter. Next, we arrive at Pumayang Teso in Shannon. In winter, the lake freezes and local herders drive sheep to graze. Pumayang Teso is 5,019 meters above sea level, and 2 small islands are about 100 meters high. This bird head-shaped island is about 1.5 kilometers.
What?
There is a house and a yard at the bird's beat. The snow mountains to the southeast of Pumayang Teso are particularly striking. So Kealakangri is there. Before visiting Kealakangri, we first go to Yamdruk Teso. Yamdruk Teso is not far from Pumayang Teso, but at a much lower altitude, so it does not freeze easily in winter. Yamdruk Teso is a lake with many islands. The distant snow mountain is Nojinkongasan. The shooting location is Yojin village in Dongala Township. leaving Embark Teso, we arrive at Keelakangri in Ahosahad County, Canada. Keelakangri's main peak is 7,538 meters, first climbed by a Japanese team in 1986. The east peak of Keelakangri is 7,381 meters and remains unclimbed. Between the main peak and the east peak is the central peak at 7,418 meters, not visible in the footage. In 2001, the China Japan University student team climbed the central peak. The snow mountain in the center of the picture is Kaerdua, 7,221 meters high, an unclimbed peak. The lake is Jiagutaso, 4,660 meters above sea level. To the left in the snow mountains is Gangkarpansim, higher than Keelakangri. Gangkarpansim is considered the highest unclaimed peak at 7,570 meters. The lake on the right in the panoramic view is Bammalai. We pause the southern route exploration and head to the northern route. The northern route starts at Bangangko in Imagari along Narrow International Lake. 2/3 is in China, 1/3 is in Indian, controlled Kashmir. Bengal cosalinity increases from east to west. Nigeria has 3 east-west roads, with the north and south routes being paved. I chose the central route, so this lake is Rangche. In recent years, summers in Tibet are cloudy and rainy, making the lake gray. In winter, on sunny days, the lake turns blue. The color depends on the weather. Rangche Ko is in Zangbei County, Shigatse, at an altitude of 4,756 meters. Next is Haruko in Zhongha County, an altitude of 4,566 meters. Lake altitudes vary, especially with increased rainfall in Tibet. North of Tarato are many small islands visible without mise. North of Taru, Kovo, is Zabuli, salt lagoon. The lake's contour line shows years of evaporation and sedimentation. Zabi Salt Lake contains various metals, including lithium. Lithium is used in lithium batteries. Zaboi is the 3rd largest lithium salt lake in the world. The lake's brine is crystallized by sun, drying. The crystals are processed to produce industrial lithium carbonate. The central route ends at Dangryong. Dangryong is long and narrow. I traveled along the eastern shore to the south with such beautiful scenery. I must pause the northern route and return to the southern route. Near Keelakangri is Kaju Monastery and Naima Monastery, located on a mountain at 4,000 meters altitude. Many Tibetan monasteries are built on remote, steep mountains. On a mountainside in Gelika County is Dalagangbu Monastery. Tibetan Buddhism has 4 major sects, Nyingma Sakya, Kagyu, and Gelugin. Kagyu's ancestral monastery is Dalagangbu Monastery. There is also Shuga Monastery on a cliff. Many Tibetan monasteries are built so far from bustling cities. Next is the Sirling Turso Glacier, which we visited before. the glacier forest has changed significantly. In October 2019, the glacial lake was not frozen. To the west of Serling Tiesa Glacier, there are more than 10 glaciers within 30 kilometers. The front end of a glacier tongue is about 5,100 meters above sea level, 1 kilometer from the road. The glacier river bed is 500 meters wide and the glacier tongue is 10 kilometers long. Behind the snow mountains is Butangtan, most mountains close to 7,000 meters. The glacier is entirely guided by Google satellite map. On the China-Bhutan border is a lake much larger than Kuga, Bodhi. Chungbakyangko in the southeast of Kongmar County, 4,570 meters above sea level. In 2019, heavy rainfall revived Duokiting Lake, with the opposite side being mixing Uluru Snow Mountain. The main peak of Zeshrimilai is over 7,300 meters unclimbed. Where there are snow mountains, there are glaciers, and ice lakes are no exception here. We admire the 5,000-meter ice lake and surrounding magnificent scenery from there. leaving Yedong, we arrive at Kudangnima Glacier. Kudangnima Ice Lake is 5,200 meters above sea level with a paved road to the foot of the mountain. 30 kilometers west of Kudangnima Glacier is a scenic area. The Mukabitchunalan Valley is about 5 kilometers long with glaciers upstream. In the first season, we came to Sasongpua Lake but gave up aerial filming due to bad weather. This is the Everest Reserve. Switching back to the northern route, let's return to sea.
Everest.
Southeast of Dangre, Yongkas is Dhamma Village, with Dargo Snow Mountain to the south. Exiriko is remote and not well known with difficult access. Mukabinkan consists of two connected sister lakes, 4,689 meters above sea level. Next, on the northern route, we visit Sirling Fuso with beautiful scenery. This is the east side of Mount Everest, taken at 5,900 meters. Mount Everest was first climbed in 1953, and most 8,000-meter peaks were climbed in the 1950s. Everest Base Camp shows the northwest slope, but the footage shows the east slope. The east slope trekking route is blocked by a snow number. Continuing deeper into the Himalayas, we arrive at Rongxia Township. Passing 8,200-meter Choyu, we arrive at 5,400-meter Puxila Pass. This area is currently closed to tourists, but will be a major attraction when open. There are 14 peaks over 8,000 meters, with Exibanyama being the only one entirely in China. Foreigners rarely get climbing permits for Exibanyama at 8,012 meters high. The peak in the footage is actually the 7,703-meter magnitude, blocking Ixabania. Continuing deeper into the Himalayas, we arrive at Gairong Valley. On the west side of Sirling Teso is a ridge extending into the lake, forming an hideout. The aerial view shows the island is wide, but on Google Earth, it is long and narrow, over 4 kilometers. On the east side of the peninsula is a chain of islands. The aerial footage is above Kuo Lake, with National Highway 317 running between Sirling Teso and in December of 2017, I didn't find Shankland very impressive. In the northwest of Nam Ko is a small island, 2 kilometers long from east to west. South of Nam Ko is the Nyanshan main peak, but the aerial view makes the snow mountains look smaller. The entire loop around Namco is about 300 kilometers, so I only traveled the north shore and shot the small island. To the southeast of Gairong town is Langtang Mountain in Nepal at 7,234 meters. The China-Nepal border is in the valley between the mountains at an altitude of 2,300 meters. In November 2019, I witnessed clouds drifting from Nepal to form a sea of clouds. West of Jairong town is the Anankangankari, 7,429 meters high. The flat plain in the air is not village. Leaving Jairong Valley, we arrive at Pariang Town. Pariang Town has Mequon River grassland wetland. The farthest tributary is considered the source of the Arlington River, originating from the Jimayanzong Glacier. Next, we arrive at the last stop on the southern route, the Sacred Mountain and the Sacred Lake is Lake Rashastal, also called Ghost Lake, with Mount Naimonanai to the south. Mount Naimonanai is 7,694 meters high, first climbed by a China-Japan team in 1985. If conditions permit, I will continue to explore the unknown world of the Himalayas. The last aerial spot on the southern route is the sacred Mount Kailash. But our other main route is not finished yet, so let's complete it first. And then we arrive at Basum Treso, a 5A scenic spot in Nang Chai at 3,480 meters above sea level. Around Basum Tisio, there are many snow mountains over 6,000 meters, all inclined. to expand the view. I climbed a mountain in Kuyo village. Leaving Basin Presso, we cross the waterway and arrive at Lulang. Lulang has become too commercialized, so I don't personally like it. I came here because there's a road leading to a viewing platform for Nemai Kabarwa. National Highway 318 from Lulang westward leads to Sejila Mountain. Eastward from Lulang is Palom Township in Bomi County with changing altitudes and vegetation. Filming took place in March 2019. The scenery changes with the season. To link the scenic spots, I divided the Sichuan Tibet line into a northern route. The northern route officially ends at the 72 turns of Nili. Returning to the southern route, we arrive at Mount Kailash. Mount Kailash is 6,638 meters high, but is considered sacred by 4 religions. I filmed the front, back, and sides of the sacred mountain in summer and winter. In Indian mythology, Mount Meru is the center of the universe, described differently by Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. The common feature is a regular shape, which Kailash matches. In Hindu mythology, Mount Meru is the home of Shiva. So Hindus believe that Shiva resides at Mount Kailash. Thank you for watching.